Hi everyone, my name's Teddy, and in this video we're going to be going through how you can find products to get started with Amazon Wholesale. Now, Amazon Wholesale isn't something you hear about that much on YouTube, but it's faster to get started, it's less risky to spend your money on, and you start making a profit quicker. Now, that's a lot of positives. However, there is one big drawback to Amazon Wholesale, and that is the amount of time it takes to research products to find to get started. So in this video, we're going to tell you some 5 tips how you can get started quicker and how you can find products to get started with Amazon Wholesale. So let's go. Here on Hustle TV, we go through ways you can hustle your way to starting making money online. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, as we have videos about this every single week. Now, tip number 1 for finding products to sell on Amazon is using LinkedIn. Now, you might be thinking, LinkedIn is where I just get harassed by recruiters, or where I see people posting about how good their jobs are and how good their promotion is. Well, it's not just for those sort of things, as annoying as they are. It's also a place for brands to come and connect with each other so that they can start making business connections. Now, you know, you're in business. You could start making business connections with these people who are on LinkedIn already. Now, on LinkedIn, you have direct access to a lot of the people who work for brands. So it's really a good way of, once you found a product, to actually contact people. So for example, you could see the CEO, or you could see the head of buying. You might even see the wholesale manager. So it's really easy to get an idea for brands and how they work. But it's not only just a way to contact brands, it's actually also a really good way to find products to sell in the first place. Now, you can use LinkedIn's search function. It is quite good. You can start doing some filtering. But with a little bit of extra investment, you can actually use something called LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now, Sales Navigator is amazing. Now, if you've ever got an email from a recruiter saying, hey, I've just found you this really good job, which I think you'd be a really perfect fit for, you probably shouldn't feel that flattered. They've probably used LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find people like you. Now, what LinkedIn Sales Navigator does is it helps you to filter through businesses and people to find out all about these different kinds of businesses. So for example, if you're a recruiter, you would use it to filter through LinkedIn to see people who work in management consulting for the last 4 years and haven't been promoted, for example. But for you, you could find brands that have been going for 2 years, who have less than 5 members of staff, who are in the pets industry or who are in the retail industry. You know, it's really, really powerful, and it's a really good way to find brand new brands that you've never heard of, or ones that are up and coming, and you can then get in touch with them to sell their products on Amazon. Another great thing about LinkedIn is once you've got all these processes down about how you contact people, you can probably get a virtual assistant or a VA to do this for you. Now, if VAs or virtual assistants are something that you're more interested in, then have a look at the video above me, and there's also a link at the end to the next video, which is all about how virtual assistants can supercharge your business and take it to the next level. And they're actually a lot cheaper than you might think. Now, tip number 2 is using eBay. Now, eBay is a huge treasure trove of ideas. There's so much stuff on there, and a lot of it isn't on Amazon yet. Now, one good thing about eBay is you can go through all the different products, and a lot of the people who sell on there are actually wholesalers themselves. And if they're not selling on Amazon yet, you might be able to buy products off them and sell it on Amazon. Now, this is a really quick and easy way of getting started, and eBay is a really good way of searching for different products. Another great thing about eBay is a lot of the sellers are really, really crap, so it's quite easy to compete with them and to do a much better job than they're doing. Tip number 3 is Amazon. Now, you might be thinking, we're talking about doing wholesale on Amazon. Of course we're going to be looking on Amazon. But I'm not talking about just browsing through Amazon randomly. What you can do is go through the categories and start seeing different products that you might not have heard of. And once you found them, you can Google those products or search on LinkedIn for those products to find the people that work at those businesses in order to start wholesaling them. Now, what I really like to do is go through the categories, because you end up getting some quite weird products that you've probably never heard of. I like to look for products that have a bit of a weird factor, like holistic health. There's loads of stuff in there and I don't know anything about it. It's a really good area to look in. And as I said, once you've done that, you can go onto LinkedIn to contact members of staff. Now, this is a little bit of a trick that I like to do, and with wholesale you do have to be a bit sneaky sometimes, especially when you're starting out, because these big brands, they put a lot of trust in the wholesalers to sell their products for them. So they really like to see that you're a legitimate business. But if you go onto LinkedIn, what you can do is you can often contact employees at the business who can maybe give you an in to the wholesale account and tell you how you can get set up. Now, tip number 4 is things you like. Now, If you're selling things you like, it's much easier to understand how the products work because you are the target customer. Say you're really into football, you know what trends football boots have at the moment, what colours they are at the moment, or something like that. Or maybe you can think of other products which are sort of up and coming in that niche because you understand the target market. So it's a really good thing to do if you're really interested in the market. So what I like to do is, if you are interested in something, write down all the different types of products that exist in that market. So if it's football, it could be football boots, shin pads, goalposts, other stuff like this. And then you can go and search for people on eBay or LinkedIn or Google and start searching for these sorts of products and see if you can find a wholesaler that you can start selling those products for. And tip number 5 is using a tool to help you. Now, the tool that I like to use the most is called Helium 10, and it's a huge suite of tools that goes into loads of detail into all the different parts of setting up an Amazon business, not just wholesale. So it goes into things like the keyword research, it goes into things like analysis of the sales, it goes into how you can create more listings, it even ties up to ads. It's a really, really good suite of tools. It is quite expensive and it is more targeted at private label sellers. It's about $99 a month, so it is quite expensive if you're just starting out. But if you are new or you want something a little bit cheaper, then FBA Multi-Tool is the best tool that I've come across, especially for wholesale products, because it's targeted at the wholesale audience. It will tell you things like the return on investment. It has a little calculator so you can work out how much profit you're going to make. It even tells you different things about the categories so you can work out if it's restricted. And if you're looking at getting into wholesale, it is the best tool that I've found that will tell you everything you need to know about getting into wholesale and whether you're going to make any money. And if you're using a tool like this is how you can take a lot of the risk out of selling on Amazon. So those are my top 5 tips. Number 1 is LinkedIn and using it to contact people, find brands, and also find employees at the companies to get ahead. Number 2 is to use eBay. eBay is a treasure trove of ideas. Go in there and see if you can find other wholesalers or other product ideas. Number 3 is going on Amazon itself. Browse through some of the categories, find something that has a bit of a weird factor. That way you'll find something that might not have that many sellers yet or might be much less competitive. Tip number 4 is to look at things that you like. If you like the products, then you are the target customer. And tip number 5 is to use a tool like Helium 10 or FBA Multi-Tool. I've got a link to those 2 tools in the description of this video so you can have a look at those afterwards. Now in the next video, we're going to be going through how you can use virtual assistants in your business to supercharge it and really take them to the next level. So if that sounds like something you'd like to watch, then click the link to the next video and I will see you there.